My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive.
So let's take a moment right now and turn within and connect with your heart, or that place within you, which is always still. And in connecting with that heart, call upon divine love to give you the answer, show you the way, bring you the healing. Whatever it is that is the fulfillment of your desire, divine love shall provide it.
I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive.
So good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Princeton. I'm John Heron. I'm a practitioner here, and we are a loving, healing, and inclusive community which teaches and practices the principles of the science of mind for the well-being and spiritual growth of ourselves and the world. And that's what we're here for. And today we have the wonderful privilege of listening to Reverend Karen Kushner, who will be speaking about the teachings of Reverend Lloyd Strom, who made his transition very recently. And many of us have practiced things and studied things that Reverend Lloyd published. So I'm really looking forward to that. Next week, Reverend Michelle will be here, Reverend Michelle Wadley, who, by the way, her book on the shadow just won a major award. And so she's moving ahead. She is moving ahead with a lot of things. Her books are being translated into all sorts of different languages. And so it's a real privilege to hear her. And she's going to speak on gratitude. So we move forward. And today, after this service, we are having a meeting. It's an annual meeting, although we haven't had it for many annuals. If you're at home and you're watching this, come get in your car and come down to 345 River Road in Princeton and join us. We have some food and we have fun, and we're going to talk about what we've been doing for the last year and a half and what our plans are for the future. And we also want to hear from people as to what they would like to see from CSL Princeton. So welcome, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Abundance flows, a sacred stream, from mind divine to life's grand dream. No lack, no loss, just boundless grace, infinite wealth, in time and space. I think, and so it grows. The law of good forever flows. My thoughts are seeds, my faith is strong. Consciousness sings my will's sweet song. I claim my good eyes, stand in light. Prosperity shines so clear and bright. No fear, no doubt, just trust, just know, from the source within, all riches grow, abundance flows, a sacred stream, from mind divine to life's grand dream. No lack, no loss, just boundless grace, infinite wealth in time and space.
Thank you, Reverend Rich. My name is Susan Niedt. I'm a practitioner here, and I've been asked to speak loudly. So give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thank you. It's a privilege to be here. It's always a privilege to be here, but today it's an extra special privilege because beloved Reverend Karen is speaking about Reverend Strom, Reverend Lloyd Strom, and his practices have been inspiring and enriching for me personally. So I thought it would be a lovely thing as POD to lead you in one of his meditative practices called the Love Prayer. I also made copies for everyone if you don't have it, because it is enlightening. So the Love Prayer is really about bringing love into a place where love doesn't appear to be right now. And the principle in all of his work is so expertly created. From top to bottom, he thinks everything through. Sometimes there's physical gestures and they all make sense. But the principle particularly for this one is what we resist persists. And what we accept, we can change. And what we bless, we can change for good. I like to say what we accept, we create an opening. And what we bless, we create an opening for love. After all, it is called the Love Prayer. So it's very simple. God bless you, as always. It's a simple, but very versatile meditation because you can use any opportunity at all times. It's explained in the handout. I don't have to go into that. So I will hand them out at the end. No worries. Because you're going to sit in the silence. I'm going to invite you to accept yourself, and then we're going to accept each other, and then we're going to accept the world. It is a silent meditation. When you think the words, I accept you, you inhale, and when you think the words, I bless you, you exhale. I will guide you with my speaking for the first couple, and then I'll let you go at your own breathing pace, and then I'll encourage you when we change to the next accepting and blessing. Very easy. So let's first find that comfortable spot, closing our eyes, feeling the support of the seat, of the spirit within and each other. And take a moment to think of yourself. As we do this meditation, we think, we picture what it is we're really accepting. So let's start. I accept myself. I bless myself. I accept myself. I bless myself, and continue at your own rhythm. Now, in thinking about everyone that is here, or everyone that wishes to be here, everyone that is watching the video, we say to ourselves, I accept you, I bless you. I accept you, I bless you. now going globally. I accept the world. I bless the world. I accept the world. I bless the world. Now, as we sit here in this space of openness, I speak these words for each one here, each one watching virtually, each one who wishes they would be here or could be here, knowing that there is only one life. That life is love. And each one here is open to the expression and experience and reception of love. Because love is the one guiding power. Where there is love, there is only goodness. There is no fear. There is no lack. There is no anxiety. Love is the one blessed power in the world and beyond. And each one here, this day and every day, expressing and experiencing their union with this one life, this one infinite mind, this one infinite blessing. Each one feels that elevation. They feel their consciousness uplifted, and they know through this divine inspiration that all is goodness. So each one this day embraces this truth, unifies with the one, and feels and experiences all the blessings that there are for each other and all humankind and beyond. This is the only truth because there is only one, there can be only one. So with great gratitude that I can claim this and name this, I release these words to the loving law that only says yes. And we all say together, and so it is. Namaste.
Now I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Oh, I've been smiling lately, dreaming about the world as one, and I believe it could be someday it's gonna come. Out on the edge of darkness, the rise of peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Now I've been smiling lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be gonna be staying. Oh, come on, come on, come on, be straight, yeah.
He's trained.
Now, it's been the greatest pleasure to invite the one and only Reverend Dr. Karen Kushner, should I say Reverend Dr. Kushner. And she's gonna give us all the scoop on Lloyd.
All the scoop on Lloyd.
Yeah.
So I am delighted to be here, especially on this day when this center is having its annual meeting. I love our mission statement, which John, when he welcomed us, stated that we practice the science of mind principles for the benefit, for the blessings of ourselves, as well as the world. The world. The world. So how are you feeling about that world?
Just blessed and accepted it.
Blessed and accepted it, eh? All right, so there you go. This community is, I think, unique among all of the different centers for spiritual living that exist in this world, in that, for whatever reason, we have attracted ourselves to those people who are really dedicated to knowing spiritual truth within themselves and to live from whatever truth it is that we glimpse and to practice it. And so I think more than in any other community that I'm aware of, we have dedicated people who keep showing up, who keep walking the talk, who keep practicing spiritual practices, going deeper and deeper, always striving to have a deeper understanding of spiritual truth. And for me, that desire to understand spiritual truth in a deeper and deeper way began very selfishly. I wanted to improve my own life. When I first came to this teaching, my life was a total disaster on every plane of activity. And my internal experience was continuous agony. My whole life, say some 40 years of being internally miserable, but outwardly perfect. So no one knew the inner agony I was in. But that agony was prompted by spirit. Something within me and something within each one of us wants to know that we are part of something greater than we are. And as we begin our spiritual journey, we experience that inner and outer healing of the obvious messes that we are in. Like maybe we're ill, or maybe we're in debt, or maybe we're in divorce, or our career's in shambles. Maybe we have heavy-duty addictions or lightweight addictions. I don't know. Is there a different addiction's addiction? I don't know. Lightweight versus heavy-duty. So we do start having that experience through knowing universal principles of our lives calming down, our own self, inner self calming down, as well as our outer world. And many, many people in this teaching get themselves all healed, all recalibrated, all set, and go off and conquer the world, and oh, this teaching is fine and it's nice, so we kind of leave spiritual practices behind until we get ourselves in another mess. right, and then we show up again. That certainly was me. My first 5 years in this teaching, I was one of those revolving door attendees. I came in crawling on my hands and knees, crying, sobbing, stuck around for a couple of months until, I was healed and I got clear and everything was better again, and I went out, and another year was back, crawling again. It's so where I am right now is realizing that the human race is very confused about who we are. Reverend Lloyd Strom calls the universal false belief as being, I am not enough. Have you heard that? I am not enough. But going deeper with that in myself, I realized that below that belief, I am not enough, is actually another belief, which is, I am nothing. I am nothing. And I think that's a universal belief. I think I'm seeing that in what the world would think of as being the best of the best and the worst of the worst. I was listening this morning to some app I have on my phone which has speakers, motivational speakers, talking nonstop 24 hours a day. And the one this morning, there was a whole series of different wonderful speakers, and I recognized some of the voices. I'm like, I know who you are, I know who you are. And some of these people have been mentors to me, spiritual gurus to me. They speak spiritual principles. But what this particular focus on this morning was all about letting loose and expressing your greatness. Have you heard that? Let the greatness within you emerge. Live from your greatness. And when we come into this teaching, something within us wants to express this greatness within us, right? But let that light within us shine. That's how we think of it. And as I have worked with this idea, I realize, why are we so passionate about it? Why do we care so much about it? What is the yearning in me that is wanting to express my greatness? And for me, I think I've uncovered that it's based upon the real belief, I'm nothing. But this yearning, which I'm thinking is wanting to express my greatness, is so strong, and it's in every one of us. And so I've been working with people or hanging out with people who are in various 12-step programs. And what I'm hearing are people who have this desire to express their greatness, and it's so overwhelming, and they've got so many fears and hatreds and angers in them that they've succumbed to a secondary expression, which is the behavior, the addiction or whatever. It's a substitute for this desire of expressing the greatness within you, coupled with a belief, but I'm nothing. So we can't win. And I've lately been thinking about myself, my life, and thinking, time's running out. Will I ever express this greatness? Do big things, conquer things, best-selling book, I don't know, somehow express this greatness. And I asked myself the question this week, well, what if I don't? What if I don't ever express this greatness within me? And what I came to understand is, it's not a desire to express the greatness. It's really a desire to know and accept my value as I am. the value of my being. My value. Even if I do nothing good in this world, even if I contribute nothing, even if I leave the planet and where the space where I was gets washed away by the tide and no one remembers me and I have achieved nothing. Awful. Is that an awful thought? Is there a part of you that goes, oh, no, Karen, you've done so much. Anybody want to say that? Anybody want to reassure me? I've done so much. Don't you want to say that to other people, right? If you have a good friend who's like, oh my God, my life is a shambles, I've never done it. You're like, no, but you're this wonderful friend from me. You've blessed me, right? We want to help each other know our value. But that value is the truth of us, because that's the value of God, and not because of what we've done or because what we've expressed here on this planet. That we have the value of God because God is expressing itself as us, and that divine spiritual freedom and spiritual forgiveness comes when we realize that the divine loves us no matter what we may have done or not done. We're loved. It's given, and we are loved, and we're lovable, and we don't have to do anything with this gift of life. We don't have to earn it, we don't have to prove it, we don't have to manifest it, we don't have to have anyone in the rest of the whole planet agree with you. We have to just simply, well, we don't even have to. We could trash our lives. But the truth is that which has created us is supporting, sustaining, and maintaining us and loves us just the way we are, in all our magnificence and in all our desolation. Because as we move off the planet, I don't know if any of you have had the experience of almost moving off the planet and then came back in. But when you do, if you have that experience, or when we do, what you'll notice is your body doesn't go with you. And in that body is all that you did here on this planet or not did. So that which we are is eternal, and we take that with us, and that's the value of us. And when we did our Tessera Canto practice this past year, the one affirmation that seemed to resonate with the most people, as they reported to me, was this affirmation: I approve of myself. Why don't you say that right now? I approve of myself. Just the way I am, right? Not after you do the dishes, right? I approve of myself. No matter what I do, what the world may be considered good or bad, I approve of myself. It's an essential aspect of our being that, when accepted, totally gives us the freedom then to be our true selves, whether it's something that the world takes notice of or not. There's that wonderful book by one of the brothers. When someone remembers the name, shout it out. But he talked about being present and fully loving and being attentive to washing the dishes.
Brother Lawrence.
Brother Lawrence, thank you, I knew someone would. See, you don't have to remember stuff. Let it go, right? So that book about Brother Lawrence, so powerful, and you know, here he was, a little monk, little brothers in some little place, And he just wrote his spiritual practice in a little book, which lives on today. We're talking about the consciousness of God, accepted as us. God. God is all there is. God is creating us and expressing through us. But God doesn't care whether it is a frog, a worm, a rolled up piece of newspaper, or me. God doesn't care what we do with us because God loves us in creating us. And that's God's story, and he's sticking to it. And she's sticking to it. And it is sticking to it. And they are sticking to it. Got it all, right? All our genders. So, our happiness or peace with being who we are begins with accepting I am that which God has created. And that's valuable because God created me. I'm valuable because I am. The divine I am that I am. The name of God, Yahweh, I am that I am. That, we're able to say that. We're able to say that words. I am that I am. When I have rejected the I am that I am in me, I am able to say I am nothing. And all the awfulness of saying that emerges. I could say I am nothing. Why not be happy saying I am nothing? Because it doesn't work that way. Because we are wired to know that's a lie. And whenever we believe a lie, we are miserable. So when I first came into that teaching, my first 30, 40 years of living, where I said I was just completely and totally miserable and my life was a total disaster, it all got produced from this belief, I am nothing. And I gotta prove that I'm worth this gift of life. I have to prove that I am something. So many of us are caught up in this need to be something, right? We call it ego. Ego first of all, ego is a good thing. But when we separate that gift of ego, that gift of self, that gift of unique choice for living, when we separate that from that which we are, the I am that I am, we get puffed up and we need to manifest something to prove that we are worthwhile. So when we've separated our ego, our sense of self, from that I am that I am, that creative sense, that first cause, that principle within us, that love within us, when we separate from that, we're always going to be miserable. Because that divine, right? The divine, one of its commandments is, I am the Lord thy God, thou shalt have no other gods before me. That includes your ego. So when we separate from I am the Lord thy God and say, thank you, God, I know you're really busy, so I'll take care of my life from now on. Again, in this 12-step group that I've been hanging out with, it keeps demanding us to turn our lives and our will over to God. Even to turn our addictions over to God. And I'm like, I know all about that stuff. I'm a minister, right? And I'm like, whoa, I never turned my flaws and my faults over to God. That was my fault. Separated ego's fault. And I don't deserve God to bless me when I'm in my faults. I gotta get out of it. This ego separated self. I gotta get out of this myself. When the pain of being here, because this doesn't work. Have you noticed? Does it work? Anybody raise your hand? It worked. It worked?
No.
Oh, no. It didn't work, right? So here we are, coming up with a new good idea. Oh, let me listen to another motivational tape about my greatness. Yes, right? You go to one of those seminars, I've been to them all, right? And you get all pumped up. Yeah, I'm going to go out there. And then I go back to my house and there's the garbage all over the place. I'm like, oh my God, I still got to live with me. Tony Robbins, can I just bring you in my house? Actually, I probably hate it, but because this separation, any thought we have in anywhere in our lives, in our consciousness, any thought of separation always causes suffering. Because I am the Lord thy God, thou shalt have no other gods before me, is a demand, and we are programmed to be in pain when we resist it, reject it, or rebel. No matter what our reasons, no matter what our excuses. To accept I am that I am, and its infinite valuableness, this gift of being, is enough to satisfy any expression of that being. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to contribute. We don't have to be a good person. And we don't have to take out the garbage. Now, once we accept I am that I am, now, what are we here for? To leave a legacy? Some people like that idea. I'd like that idea. I'm in that phase now. I want to leave a legacy. That's my purpose right now. That's what I'm in for. However, what have I done? Because I'm babysitting a cat this weekend. The cat takes up a lot of time. I am that I am still is. Now what are we then? We are life. We are love. We are light. We are power. We are peace. We are beauty. We are harmony. We are truth. We are joy. No matter how we're expressing it, we are these qualities. And in accepting I am that I am, all of a sudden, this ego self no longer is our focus. It's still there. Here's my ego self, you're looking at her. But then there is the essence of I am that I am within each one of us. This essence of I am that I am is our value. It is this that is indestructible, that is who leaves the planet should we choose to go. And that is the power. That is the love. And see, here's the thing. We call it our consciousness, right? What are we conscious of? I'm conscious of getting a lot of stuff done and, more book sales, and I want to be. There are so many books that I've been hearing the authors, when they get introduced, they said, and this was made the bestsellers list. I mean, who's reading all these books? I mean, millions of people's books have made the bestsellers list. Have you noticed that? I mean, they keep making more lists so that you can be on a bestsellers list somewhere. I'll make up a new list. Somebody write a book. I'll put you on my bestseller list. And you can say, oh, here it is on the bestsellers list, right? Whatever. That's that ego phase of us. The error that we make is in believing this ego self of us is who we are, and we need to fix it. But when we know the value of I am that I am not this. This ego is that expression veneer, my face to the world, but the world is within me. My consciousness of my inner self creates this outer world. And it does change. when we say to ourselves, I am enough. I approve of myself. This does change. It's a miracle. Reverend Lloyd Strom has an essay called Love Triumphs Over Hate. You all know we've got things going on in the world right now. I want you to imagine taking this beautiful, glorious thermometer and place it within your heart and take your love temperature right now. And your ego might go, oh, pretty good, right? Or, oh, no, I touched the very core of I am that I am. I'm infinite love. It's, the thermometer is, irrelevant. And I want you to keep that thermometer there. You know how you have to, when you take your temperature in the old days, when you had a thermometer, remember those the things you stick it in your mouth for? It needs to stay there for a while, right? So keep that thermometer there while I mention some of the things in the world, right? Iran, President Trump, Governor Murphy, ICE, your neighbor, New Jersey, traffic, laws, armies, Los Angeles, race, rich people, poor people. So you can pull it out now and take a look at your temperature.
Minus 50.
Right, and I want to applaud those of you who took a look and went, whatever. Wait a minute, why'd you do that? I started out with a pretty good temperature of love, and now I'm like ready to, whatever. This is so necessary because spiritual beings can be misreading their love temperature by what's going on in the world. In this essay, Reverend Lloyd talks about the nature of hate and that there are two kinds of haters in this world. There's the natural-born haters. Every human being, to one degree or another, is a natural-born hater. We all encounter things in our lives that we dislike or have an aversion to. For the most part, we are generally not fully aware as to why we hate the things that we do. So consequently, we tend to go through life unconsciously seeking what we love and avoiding what we hate. In order to live our lives in a more socially acceptable fashion, we tend to euphemistically refer to those things that we love and hate as our likes and our dislikes. Consequently, our hatred is not a problem until we are unable to avoid something that we intensely hate. And then our temper flares, causing us to violently act out in some way. Traditionally, the mechanism that humanity has used down through the ages to curtail the expression of violence associated with hatred has been to suppress it. This has allowed humanity to become increasingly more civilized. However, there is a hidden price to pay with this method of dealing with our hatred, and it is called projection. whatever we suppress within ourselves tends to be projected out onto others. Consequently, we unknowingly begin to accuse other people of doing the very things that we secretly want to do ourselves, or fear we might want to do ourselves, but we have suppressed it. And so this phenomena creates that second type of hater called the latent hater. So see, you get to pick out which one you are. So there's the natural born haters, right? But now this is a spiritually loving community. Right? We know that's a no-no. So the latent hater is an individual who has developed sufficient self-awareness to see their own hateful and prejudicial nature. Consequently, they begin to suppress these tendencies in order to demonstrate to themselves and others that they're a good person. Unfortunately, because the latent hater has merely suppressed their hatred, it now becomes projected out onto others. And even more tragically, they will begin to criticize, condemn, and complain about those onto whom they have self-righteously projected their own self-hatred. In other words, they begin to hate the haters. The motivation for doing this is simply to feel better about themselves and to prove to themselves that they're better than those who harbor prejudice and hatred. In essence, this is a prideful activity engaged by those afflicted with low self-esteem. Oh, it just goes on and on. Reverend Lloyd Strom does not mince words, right? Because this is the spiritual truth. This entire world lives within us, all of it. And when we accept this and develop a spiritual practice of taking what we see in the world and claiming it as being somehow a belief in us, and do that spiritual work to heal that belief in us, we begin to clear up this inner experience of hating or fearing within ourselves. Spiritual practice, right, always boils down to bringing in love, that divine love. Remember when I said we're over here, we're saying I'm nothing, whatever, but when I hear I am that I am life, I am love, that divine love, omnipresent love throughout the universe, in spiritual practice, we accept it as a part of ourselves, but we also stand with, because we're doing a spiritual practice, we are actually saying, I believe that love is present within me, even though I don't feel it now, and even though I don't see it in this world right now, I don't see it in my world right now, but I know that the love is there in me, and damn it, I claim this love. Show me the way. Heal me. Yeah, I'm addicted, and I'm angry, and I hate this one, and I hate that one, and look, let's face it. I just want the world to be nice, so I don't have to think about it. I don't want the world to be challenging to me. Leave me alone, world. Let me be here and love. But see, leave me alone. When the world is fine, we think we're here. But if we're here only because the world is fine, then we're not there. So thank God for all the awfulness in the world, right? Because the awfulness that we see in the world is the projection of how awful we believe we are. I am nothing. I am nothing. And I am powerless over this world and all of its nonsense. And if only that one would behave, and if only that one would do this, then I would be okay. But no, you're still here. If the world has to change for you to know that you are enough, for you to know that you are pure love, that you can approve of yourself. If you even have to change so that you can approve of yourself, we're over here, separated, and we want to take a breath and say, I approve of myself. I approve of myself. Even when I'm over here. I approve of myself. Lloyd Strom teaches, he calls this world experience, what we project onto it, our neighbors. And that wonderful practice that Susan led us in, that love prayer, the blessing prayer, well, I don't know.
Love prayer.
The love prayer, right? I praise myself, I bless myself, then you, then the world. We're working only in our own consciousness. And magically, mysteriously, wonderingly, awesomely, that claiming the truth and accepting it within ourselves somehow affects the world. Somehow it's changed. Now here is the value of each one of us. So it doesn't matter what you do here, but if anywhere in your belief system you can call on love and allow love to bring its grace to shift you, somehow you have improved the entire consciousness of the world. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is this community has practiced this approach to dealing in this world throughout the whole time I have been here. We have dealt with 9/11, with anthrax. We have dealt with COVID. We have dealt with political ups and downs, investment ups and downs, disasters here, there, and everywhere, by coming together as a community and saying, somebody stand up and speak the truth so that I can do that inner spiritual work to set myself free, each other free, and the world. And we have absolutely, I am completely 100% convinced that the spiritual work of this community has affected world situations. For example, I know for a fact, anthrax. We can take credit for the healing of that. Remember what that was? Mm-hmm. It affected our post office. And I remember waking up going, whoa, that's here. That's for us to heal. And we did the spiritual work of healing that fear of being poisoned and around that whole idea, and no one else suffered from that point on because of that condition in the world. And months later, we got our mail. That's the power of moving from, we gotta do something, this one is the fault and that one is the fault, and oh my God, to I am that I am enough, and that alone is what heals. That's the work of Reverend Lloyd Strom. And his spiritual practices he was an engineer, and he was determined to design spiritual, physical practices that support us in moving from here to here. And so that's what this community is about. That's what we stand for. It's in our mission statement, right? What is it? To heal ourselves
And the world.
and the world. But we don't have to go marching out, although you may be guided to march out. But don't march out with latent hatred. March out with love. So let's move forward. And I will, we've got a offering situation here, and I will come back and do a spiritual wine treatment for us, which I could use concerning my world right now. Okay.
So this is the time when we get a chance to just focus on the fullness of life that's promised by this teaching in which we live. And it expresses on a lot of different levels, and it also expresses as money. In order for us to meet together, in order for us to have a camera, in order for us to rent this room, we need money. No, we know that money comes. We live as the abundance that is the universe. That is expressed. And one way to do that is for each one of us to share our abundance so that we can experience more with other people. So let me, if you are at home, you can do this for yourself. Put your hand on your heart. And like Reverend Karen was saying, recognize you are abundance. The I am that I am is infinite abundance. It includes everything, the whole universe, and you are that. Now's a good chance for you to do something to express that.
Grateful, 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 so grateful, grateful for abundance, grateful for abundance, grateful, yes, grateful, grateful for the message, grateful for the message, grateful, yes, I'm grateful.
Yes, and thank you for all of those who donate via our website or however through PayPal. We're here, not because of you, because of all of us. And I think you can thank yourself for the abundance that's yours and for your willing to share it. And we certainly thank you for it. Thank you so much.
All right, so let's put that diaper on the baby. All right, so knowing this truth that one with God is a complete majority. This word is being spoken for each one. One life, the life of God. The life of God being lived by means of its creation. That one God is this entire manifest universe and everything in it. That means that this one God, with all that it is, its substance, its nature, its essence, is living itself in through as each one. And each one is now aware of this and accepts this truth in a deeper way, more than ever before. And in realizing this truth, each one is understanding and realizing this gift of life, the gift of love, the gift of love's power, the gift of being enough, of mattering. Each one knows their value. because each one knows God's value, the value of life, the value of love, the value of peace, the value of knowing these things and knowing the true power. That power that is the cause and the creator of it all. And so in claiming this true power, each one is now set free of all the worries of the world. There are no distractions, there is no fear, and there is no one and nothing to hate in this world. Because the truth is, there is nothing anywhere inside each one here to hate or fear. Each one is at the very heart of being pure, wholesome, loving goodness, just the way each one is. No matter what the face or the ego, the personality, or the behavior of what one is in this world, the real truth is each one is pure, wholesome, loving goodness through and through. Each one is enough to accept this life, to enjoy this life, and to stand in the power of knowing this truth and declaring that that which I am is that which I am. And so each one is now feeling empowered, inspired, relaxed and calm, peaceful, self-accepting, and wise, able to look upon the shenanigans of this world and declare all of it is no thing compared to that all thing that is God itself. I am grateful that this is the truth, and I release this word to God's loving law. I know it is done. We are forever changed. So be it, and so the world is forever changed, and so it is. And that's the way it is.
Amen.